Yo, I just realized I can't ship this thing out yet. Hang on. Sorry. There's nobody in here. That's why I'm taking the mask off. I just realized I can't ship this thing out yet because I still need it for the Great Whistle Smackdown. And I'm waiting on one more whistle, which is yet to be delivered, and is one you guys have been requesting that I try out and compare. So I'm going to, but it's not here yet, and before I can ship this out, I need that one in so I can do the whole big blowout video. So I'm gonna do that. I am gonna ship this out. Congratulations to the winner. We've already had this conversation, so he's well aware of the delay, and hopefully it won't be too long, maybe like another week or so. But for now, we're gonna play a tune called Morrison's Jig. I'm gonna play it in B flat. That's Morrison's. Pretty beginner jig, one that comes up a lot of times at the sessions. It's not one that I really play very much. I never really liked it that much, but it is a good one that you need to get. And I thought it would sound kind of cool in B flat. I've had a lot of folks asking me about playing keys other than D, playing whistles other than in the key of D. And I don't do it too often because most folks don't have a whistle other than the key of D. So when we break it down, I'm going to go back to the old standard here. But since you guys have been asking for it, I figured I'd play one in a different key. And this is a whistle by John SINDT. It's a lovely instrument, and one I don't get to play nearly as much as I'd like. Man, what happened to my light? I'm not going to play the whole tune in D again, but I am going to break it down in D. If you want to hear it kind of up-tempo with all the ornaments on a D whistle, I'll put a link below. But I'm going to break down the basic melody here, as always, starting with the A part. It's going to hold first time through. I'll run it again, see if you guys get that. That's the whole bit there. You notice that there's a lot of long notes, or at least right off the bat. The first like 5 or 6 notes are nothing but E and B, which strangely is one of the reasons I don't like this tune, but now that I've had a chance to play with it a little bit, you know, it's kind of cool. And there's stuff you can do with it, which we will get to shortly. So that's the A part. B part is going to jump up the octave, goes up as high as the high A. So here we go. All right, we'll run that again just for good measure. So there's a couple of rests in there, a couple of pauses. That's one of those where it kind of fits the groove of the tune, but you can also fill that with some ornaments and stuff, which we'll dive into right now. Now in the A part, again, I mentioned right off the bat that there's some long notes, so the basic melody right? So there's kind of long held notes. They're either written oftentimes as dotted quarter notes or a series of 3/8 notes. Anytime you see that written out or you hear it, ideally if you're playing by ear, that's a good spot to throw in some ornaments. So, right off the bat, just doing rolls on the E and the B. And then I'd cut that A coming out of the phrase. That's really the first non-E or B that we play. So you kind of accent that one. I like to anyway. Again, the roll on the E. And I tend to do a short roll when I come back to that B the second time. That little popping noise that I like to do on the E, A, D, E, F, G, A. I'm so bad at music theory. So you kind of just, as I've demonstrated this a bunch of times, as you land on that A, boop, pop that note off. You're just popping that top finger off. Now, one thing I did do up tempo with the B flat whistle is, as I land on the D, I kind of do the same thing that I did on the A. As I land, I'm popping off that F sharp finger. So it kind of has that cool little bubbly effect, I guess. I don't know what else you'd call that. So as you land, hopefully you guys can see that as you land, you just boop, popping that index finger off. And I use that a lot. I just think it sounds cool and it kind of punches up those notes in a bit more of a subtle way than a roll or a regular type of cut would. So that bit's the same. So again, I'm doing rolls on the E and the B. Then you land on that G, and just like we on the other ones, nice opportunity for a roll there. So I do a roll on the G, and then I do that kind of double tap thing on the F sharp, which I like. Again, just more of a subtle accent to that note. So the roll on G again, and then on the F sharp. And you can do sort of a crossing noise, I guess, coming back down the scale. That's how I finish the phrase anyway. B part is similar in a couple ways in that you get some space. You have some time to fill and some time to play with that you can add some of these ornaments in. So basic melody in the B part, to start off anyway. Right, that's your basic melody, and you've got a lot of repetitive notes, which, as I've mentioned before, is a good time to start thinking about where we're going to put in some ornaments. So you can slide up to that B because you finished the A part on a D. So. And then I'm sliding the B, and then I'm cutting on the E, or I'm tapping on the E when I land on that. Then you cut that F sharp, or I like to anyway. Cut the F sharp again. Maybe that's a bit much. I don't know. I kind of like it. And going up to that G, that's again just another good spot for a cut. The higher octave, to me, the cuts just kind of punch out a little better than they do in a lower octave. So there's not really a whole lot else you need to do, or at least nothing else that I would do. Oh, as I'm coming down, that's one thing. I will double tap that F sharp. Same kind of thing that I did on the lower octave. That's one of those where it kind of needs to be quick. Because if you do that, it just kind of might drag out the rhythm a little bit. So that's one that's got to be kind of quick if you're going to do it. So it sounds more of just a little bit of a punch for that one note. And again, just cutting the G to really kind of hit that beat strongly. And just kind of goes down the scale. And feel free to add in cuts to punch that up if you want. To me, it's kind of nice just to have it fall off a little bit. Now, the second time through the B part, the melody is a little bit different. Hopefully you picked up on that. So just to refresh, basic melody here. It's kind of got those natural rests and, you know, up and down kind of movements to it, which gives you some room to play with. So that bit I would do kind of the same way as I do the beginning of it. There, when you land on that G the second time through, you've got a good opportunity to do a nice long roll. And then a cut to follow it. So it's 4 Gs in a row. Tend to do a short roll the second time. And accenting that E. And landing it on the kind of a triple roll, or however you want to do, really. Short roll to finish it. Hopefully you guys dig that tune. It's a real standard session one. It comes up a lot, especially in beginner sessions, so it's a good one to pick up if you don't have it already. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, y'all.